All right. All right. Well, hello to everybody out there. This is Amateur Radio Roundtable. I'm Tom, W5KUB, and this show is all about ham radio. If you're out there listening on International Shortwave on WBCQ on 7490, boy, I'd love to hear from you. Send us an email to tom@w5kub.com. I kind of feel a sneeze coming on. What do you think? Okay. I think I got it under control. Hey, Merry Christmas. What is that? Happy Christmas, Merry New Year, Happy Hanukkah, all those kind of things going on. Wow, it's been some week here. We didn't have Christmas here until yesterday, Glenn. Kathy was feeling kind of bad, and we didn't know if she had COVID, and, you know, all the family was coming in, and we didn't want to expose anybody, so we put it off one day and didn't get any better. We put it off another day, and we finally found a place we could get a test yesterday, and it came back negative. So within 1 hour, Christmas came back on yesterday afternoon. So I wasn't sure we were going to get Christmas in this year. You know, we're running out of days. And, you know, I really wanted to have Christmas this year. I've only missed Christmas away from family 1 year in all my life, and that's when I was overseas. So I was making an effort to try to have it this time, but we wanted to be safe, you know.
Yeah, but you know, as warm as it's been this year, it just doesn't feel like Christmas.
Yeah. Hey, it's 70 degrees here, you know. Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, out there, if you're new to the show, we'd love to hear from you in the chat room. Let us know in the chat room. If you are new and you're a new person with us, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Say something in the chat room, and everybody say hi back to them. Be sure and do this for us. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. If you'll notice on the YouTube picture, down in the bottom right-hand corner, I think I have a little symbol down there now for subscribe. I never had a subscribe button in there for the last 7 years, so we probably missed a lot of subscriptions. But please subscribe. That helps advertise our show within YouTube. So please hit subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notify button, and that way it'll let you know when we come on. Hey, we got a great Facebook group. We've got over 12,000 hams in our Facebook group. Just search for W5KUB, and we'll sign you right up on Facebook. It's all about ham radio. You know, I get a lot of people on my personal page wanting me to be friends. Well, I have very few friends on my personal page. It's mostly family. You know, we've got, on my other page, I got 12,000 friends on the other page. So I really didn't want to put 12,000 friends on my personal page. So anyway, that's where I hang out all the time, on my ham radio page. So you can always message me there or get in touch with me there. So it's not anything about holding anything against anybody. I just don't approve thousands of personal friend requests. All right, let's see. What else is going on here? Let's see. Facebook, join us. Click on the subscribe button there. We'd like you to do that. Some of you may be watching on the website tonight. If you went to W5KUB, you'll notice the website has a completely different look tonight. We're changing it. The site was starting to get a little old looking, so I decided to make some changes. And the site is built using WordPress. And WordPress, I just found out when I started trying to update it that WordPress has completely changed the way that they build pages now. And there's 5,000 little links and menus that you pull down to make stuff happen. And it's kind of all hidden. So you got to remember, if you want to insert something, you got to click here and go down, 5 levels and click here and then go over there and then put a secret password in. And then you can get to it. And hey, it's great. It works great. But then you go back and try to do it again, you forget where you went. So it has been a tough learning curve. But we've got, I think we're starting to learn it, and it's looking good. W4HBO, hey man, there we go. That's our prize buddy down in Huntsville. That's the man that gives the prizes away. So be nice to HBO there. And let's see who else we got in here. I see Brent in there, and of course our friends from Australia in there. Bill's in there. Boy, the gang's all here tonight. Hey, just one thing before we go around the room here. Well, a couple announcements. You guys, many of you probably still know James Lee, WX4 TV down in Florida. He has the girls and they have the Shack in a Box. Well, he's not doing very good. He went in for surgery about 2 weeks ago for a heart issue, and things did not go well. And he's basically has been in a coma for 2 weeks. He's just kind of hanging on hour to hour, guys. It's pretty severe down here. So just keep him in your prayers and the family in your prayers down there. I think there's a GoFundMe link set up for him. I'll have to find out where that is, but I'm sure they need some help there. But that's James Lee, WX4 TV. One last thing here. Look, I got a letter from Russia. Look at that. Look at here. Got a letter from Russia, man.
Oh, it's already been opened and read, though.
Yeah, look at there. I got a letter from Russia, and hey, look at this, man. It's a great Christmas card right there from Russia. Open it up and look at there. Look, got a nice. I don't know if you can see it or not. Nice note there, and got Raisa sent me her QSL card. Hey, I like that, man. So thank you, Raisa, for sending me that. Last time I messed with Russia, I got in trouble. I was in the military, and I had a top secret security clearance, crypto, and all that stuff. And they found out that I was a ham radio operator, and they found out I was a shortwave listener somehow. I mean, I was already inside the vault for weeks, and they took me out one day, locked me outside for about 2 weeks. And they said, have you been getting any letters from Russia or Cuba or, yeah, tell us about that. So they had to go back and they checked with all the neighbors, and the neighbors told them I was probably okay. So they gave my security clearance back, and I got back in. So be careful on your letters from Russia and Cuba. All right. Hey, Glenn, how you doing tonight, man?
Oh, hanging in
you
there,
man. You have a good Christmas. Let me get this up here. Yeah, there we go. You have a good Christmas there? Did you get all the radios and stuff you wanted?
No.
Oh, man.
Cat's got more than I did this year.
Yeah?
But, I did my Christmasing a little bit earlier. I picked up a whole bunch of stuff at that local auction here.
Yeah.
New laser printers, new monitors, and stuff like that. So had to get them all hooked up, wired in, and set up. That's usually the prelude to me starting to do wild and crazy things in the lab. So I can, because next step is writing about it and documenting it and all that fun stuff. So we're about a half a step away from it. Problem is, in my old job, I'd get the 2 weeks off around Christmas, Christmas break like the kids get. And now I only got 2 days this year for Christmas, and I'm like, this isn't enough. I need more.
Next year you'll have more days off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you'll have more off. Yeah.
Right now, like we were talking about in the pre-show, it's my January, February, April, and May are just going to be slammed full of ham fests and things of that nature. Because one of the things I neglected to mention is also in March is the QSO Today online expo that they do.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, it's going to be Hamfest City for the first part of the year for me.
Well, all right. Hey, a little later in the show, I've got some Arduino. I've got an Arduino project or two that might need your help. I want to see if we can kind of modify some code or something, make it do something a little different. We'll talk about it. You can tell me if it's possible or not possible. I think it's pretty straightforward, and I think it could be done. But I know nothing. I'm like Schultz. I know nothing.
It's a lot easier. You overthink it. That's what I caught myself doing is you overthink the problem. If you break it down to simplicity, it'll do it.
Yeah, well, simplicity, I think it will work, but in reality, I don't know how to do it. So I only know how to do the difficult things.
Well,
okay.
That's why you need a mad scientist.
Well, great. Hey, man, you're here. Let's see. I got my checkoff list here. Let's see. I did that, and let's see. Okay, did that. We talked about that. Okay. All right. Hey, let's go over and talk with Rich, W2VU. Yeah, I got that right. Editor of CQ Magazine. How you doing, Rich?
I'm doing great, thank you. And enjoying the unseasonably warm weather we've got here in New Jersey right now.
Well, what's the temperature up there?
Right now, it's 45, and was up in the 50s. It's going to be in the 50s, close to 60 later in the week.
Yeah.
It's really quite...
I'm seeing about 64. I'm seeing about 64 now. I think it was 70s today. When I was a kid growing up, this is the kind of Christmas you like, When you get that new football and stuff, you can go outside. There were some Christmases where it was too cold to go out and play with your stuff,
Well, we've taken advantage of it with some nice birding hikes and things like that. So we're making the most of it, but it's still kind of weird to have it so warm.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're supposed to get some severe weather in here, I think, the next day or two, maybe today at night even. I hope it's not another one of those severe weathers that came through here a few weeks ago. It's so warm that, man.
Yeah, hopefully it's just going to be rain. It's supposed to rain like 4 out of the next 5 days.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look,
we're supposed to have a fair amount of rain here, too.
Yeah. So. Well, hey, I know... Rich, several people commented in the chat room about the ship back here. You want to tell them a little about the ship before we get into CQ?
Sure, that is a model of the San Mateo. My late father-in-law built that. He loved building ship models, and he built either 5 or 7 of them. He's definitely one for each of his 5 grandchildren, and I think one for each of his 2 children as well. So they're really beautifully done, and he's also was into clock making. And turn this around. He's built this beautiful grandfather clock that we have there, and it works beautifully. And another, if you can see it, a regulator clock on the wall over there. So we've got quite a bit of his stuff here. He also
nice work. Now, did any of that rub off on you, where you learned how to do it? Can you do those things?
No, that's not in my skill set.
Oh boy,
intricate stuff like that.
Yeah,
I can build electronic kits, but I don't know about chip kits.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk a little about CQ Magazine while we got you in here, man. Sure. And what's coming up here? Give us some insight to what to look forward to.
Okay, let me just get this set up properly again here. So, well, we've got our January issue coming out very soon, and as I wrote in my editorial, it's one of my favorite issues of the year because it's one of our few issues that is not on a special topic or a lot of contest results. And make no mistake, I love our specials. I love our contest issues. But every once in a while, a couple of issues a year, we don't have a special focus. And that really lets us explore the breadth of the ham radio hobby. And we do that in this issue. And we also kind of go exploring all over the world, too. We start out in Chile with an article on the first activation of summits on the air in Chile. And as you'll see on the cover, which I don't have a copy of it in front of me right now, but summiting in Chile is a little different than doing summits on the air here, because they've got the Andes Mountains, and that's basically it on your summits. And we're talking 12,000 feet, and basically, if you want to do a summits on the air activation down in CE land, you need to have mountaineering skills as well as radio skills. It's pretty heavy duty stuff there, I'll tell you. Then from Chile, we go all the way north to Market Reef. Adrian Chupurka KO8SCA has a piece in our DX column on 6-meter de-expedition to Market Reef, OJ0C expedition that was held earlier this year in the summertime. And that's another very cool story. We've got, speaking of 6 meters, the results of the 2021 CQ Worldwide VHF contest. And then something that is frequency independent, the first of a 2-part series on EMP, electromagnetic pulse, and lightning surge protection for HF radios. It's written by Steve Carty, N5SK, and he'll have the second half of that most likely in the February issue. Sam Green, W0PCE, has the latest incarnation of his fully automated sweep generator measurement system. He first wrote about this back in 2008 in QEX magazine, and he has been steadily updating it and improving it over the years. This is take 4, as he puts it, and he's replaced the serial cable connection that was in the first 3 editions with an Arduino controller. And that's to bring that up to date, since it's kind of difficult right now to find a computer that has a serial port on it. So, got an interesting story about from K3 SKS on his journey in portable operations, setting up his vehicle to provide emergency communications from just about anywhere and have fun at the same time. His wife, who's also a ham, is very much into parks on the air, so they drive around to various parks with their setup and keep prepared for emergencies that way. Some of you may remember a couple of years ago, we had a story by Neil Foster, N4FN, about the key from the Spitfire fighter from World War II, and that he had gotten a hold of one of those keys. They were designed for use during radio silence. They were attached to the inside of the fuselage of the plane, and the pilot would use it to flash signals with light in Morse code to other pilots nearby. And he and a friend who also has one of these Spitfire keys managed to wire them up to get on the radio with them, and they had, as far as they know, the first ever spit key to spit key radio contact. So that's the topic of this article. We have a review of a book by Nick Tusa, K5EF, on Wes Shum, who is listed as amateur radio's unsung hero. Good chance you've never heard of Wes. I hadn't before I got the book, but you probably have heard, especially if you've been around for a while, of his equipment, Central Electronics, the Central Electronics 100V in particular. Wes helped popularize single sideband back in the 50s and 60s. Collins, of course, was the pioneer in single sideband, but their equipment was out of the price range of many, many hams. And Wes, through Central Electronics, was able to design circuits that made it much more affordable and helped popularize single sideband in those early days. He also did a tremendous amount of other things not related to ham radio, which makes his story and the book about him really fascinating. We begin another two-parter. W5GW and K5PA have a beginning of a two-part series on microphones and audio speech processing for single sideband. Something that often is not given enough attention in our communications is the quality of our audio. We focus on our transmitters, our antennas, and we don't really pay enough attention sometimes to the microphones and the speech processing to make our signals be as crisp and clear as possible. So they have a great start to an article there on to a two-part series there. Among our columns for January, Irwin Math, WA2NDM, has a low-cost replacement HT antenna and dummy load that you can build yourself. For our shortwave listeners out there, Listening Post editor Jerry Dexter writes about propagation favoring Asian broadcasters and all the recent logging reports that we have. Our emergency communications editor, N8BHL, discusses training opportunities, which is a handy thing for winter times if you're not out there doing events, which most of us aren't in the middle of winter. This is a good opportunity for doing some training. A lot of it is available online. A lot of it is free. So it's worth checking out, and really interesting stuff there. Joe Eisenberg, K0NEB, his kit building column this month is writing about kits from Pacificon, from India, and from Orlando. So he's got kits flying back and forth all over the place. As he put it, his title, one flew west, one flew east, one flew west. And I guess another one flew south to Orlando. Learning Curve editor Ron Oshu, KO0Z, has a good basic piece on adapters, mostly coax adapters, and how to make the best use of those. Also, for our listening audience, Magic in the Sky editor Jeff Reinhardt, AA6JR, is writing about the future of AM radio, which is how many of us got our starts in this hobby, by DXing on the AM broadcast band. And Don Rotolo, N2IRZ, has some thoughts on promoting your ideas. It's an interesting piece on trying to build up interest in something that you want to get started. His particular thing is a digital network and trying to line up people to build nodes, but it applies more generally as well. VHF Plus editor N4DTF writes about diversity receive on VHF. It's something that is not uncommon on HF, but not very common on VHF. And he's writing about the usefulness of that, as well as an update on experimental permits for 40 megahertz, the 8-meter band here in the U.S. There are 7 stations around the country that are licensed to do experimental work on 8 meters on 40 megahertz. So that's an up-and-coming possibility for us. Our awards editor, KI4KWR, talks about Wireless Institute of Australia awards, many of which are similar to the awards you can earn here. But this gives you the opportunity to get additional pieces of paper for getting them through the Wireless Institute of Australia. Our contesting editor, Tim Schappa, N3QE, writes about continued high participation in contests, though we're getting back out and seeing more of each other in person. And he's got some great tips on making the most of your logging software and how to use it to its best advantage and to your best advantage during the contest. Finally, our propagation editor, Thomas Hood, NW7US, takes a look at expected propagation conditions for the HF bands in 2022. And that's a brief look at some of the highlights of our January issue. There's more that we didn't include. And the digital edition will be live on the 1st. And we encourage you to subscribe. Go to our webpage at www.cq-amateur-radio.com. And you can sign up for the digital edition, the print edition, or a combination of both. And with that, I wish everyone a very happy and healthy new year.
Great stuff there. You mentioned your shortwave listening part there. You know, I've noticed we're getting more and more shortwave listeners, even in the chat room here. I notice a lot of people are coming in here that are actually shortwave listeners, you know, like we used to be years ago. So that's exciting, you know.
Well, every month Jerry has his listening post column, and keeps us up to date on the latest developments in shortwave. And it's interesting. We're seeing, past few years, his headlines have been, this station goes off the air, this station goes off the air, this station goes off the air. In the last 6 months or so, we've been seeing more and more stations coming back on the air or getting on the air for the first time. So there may be a rebirth of activity in shortwave broadcasting world, which certainly would be welcome.
Yeah. And hey, the 8-meter experimental band, 8 meters. I'm check into that. I'm gonna see if I can't get into that. I'm interested in that, and that could be something we could talk about here on the show. And I've got some things that I want to do here with some Arduino projects in a wspr transmitter, and that would be perfect for putting it, on that 8-meter band and doing some propagation testing. So that's cool. And hey, you mentioned Central Electronics there. I think you said 100V or something like that. Now I wasn't familiar with the 100V, but back in my day there was the 10. I think it was the 10B Bravo. Do you recall that, Rich? 10A or 10B?
I don't. Yeah, that was the predecessor of the 100B.
Okay.
That was basically, if I remember correctly from the book, because I don't remember the unit itself. I do remember the 100B transmitter. This was, of course, before the days of transceivers. I believe the 10B was an outboard add-on to an AM transmitter to let you operate single sideband. It
was sideband, and the VFO was actually one of these military little transmitters, one of those little BC dash whatever, and they came out with a front plate that you could put on that BC whatever, and it would match the 10B or the 10A for the VFO. So it was right in the early days of getting on sideband. So I played around with one. I don't think I ever made any contacts with it, and then of course sideband for me came about, I don't know, maybe 6 years later. So that 10B was right there in the early days for sure, man. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, thanks for sharing that with us tonight. Looking forward to the magazine.
Well, my pleasure, as always. And it's always great to be here and to talk with your audience. And once again, I want to wish everybody a very happy and healthy new year for 2022.
All right. Well, great. Okay. Well, hey, you're welcome to stick around with us. Coming up, we're going to have Raisa with us coming up. There she is. She's going to tell us, I think she's going to tell us, how to make ham radio contacts in 8 languages.
I can barely do it in one language.
I know it, man. Well, you could do it in Mississippi talk and broken English, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, we'll be back just a minute, everybody. Just stand by. Raisa's coming up here in just a minute. We'll be right back with you. Hang on. Happy holidays from Icom. This season, spice up your ham shack with the Icom IC705 portable or the new ID52A handheld, now shipping. These radios are perfect for staying in or venturing out and working your favorite bands this winter season. The IC705 is a perfect sidekick and QRP companion. Base station features and functionality are at the tip of your fingers in a portable package covering HF, 6 meters, 2 meters, and 70 centimeters. This compact rig weighs in at just over 2 pounds with an RF direct sampling for most of the HF bands and an IF sampling frequencies above 25 megahertz. It's got the 4.3-inch touchscreen. You can get 5 watts with the BP272 battery pack. It runs single sideband CW AM FM as well as full D-Star functionality. It has an integrated GPS with antenna and GPS logger. The speaker microphone HM243 comes standard. The perfect accessory for the IC705 is the LC192 optional backpack. It has a special compartment for your IC705 and room for accessories. The ID52 is now shipping. Icom's newest handheld amateur radio is a VHF-UHF dual bander with D-Star and FM dual mode functions. This radio supports conventional FM communications and D-Star simplex, repeater, regional and worldwide calls over D-Star Internet Gateway. The ID52A is the first handheld amateur radio with a full-color 2.3-inch waterfall display and the ability to send photos with a connected Android device. Other features include a wideband receiver with guaranteed range of 144 to 148 and 440 through 450, integrated GPS, including grid square location, and it's IPX7 waterproof. The ID52A is a perfect companion to the IC705. Both use compatible batteries and headsets. You can also use the same Android app for D-Star operation. Our family of favorite Icom amateur radios are also available this holiday season. The IC7300 and the IC7610 base stations and the ID5100A mobile are the perfect gift, and it's the most wonderful time of the year to give the gift of Icom. For more information, visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur.
LDG Electronics provides state-of-the-art antenna tuners for every amateur need. From QRP to QRO, fixed stations, portable and remote, an LDG tuner will match your radio to your antenna using our lightning-fast, proprietary tuning algorithms. LDG is a family-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing innovative, quality products to the amateur market. All LDG products carry a full 2-year warranty that is fully transferable. Support is only a phone call or email away. We're always here to help you. Visit us on the web at ldgelectronics.com.
All right, and we are back. All right, guys, here comes the fun part of the show right here, man. Here's the fun part here. All right, hello, everybody. Hey, it's time now to go to St. Petersburg, Russia. We're going to talk to YL Raisa, and that's our R1BIG is the call. What a nice call. We're going to talk to her tonight, see how things are over on the other side of the world there, and get some international things going here. We're so glad to have her. Hey, Raisa, how are you doing tonight? And tell us how things are going over there.
Hello, Tom. Hello, everybody. I'm very glad to see you. Yes, some days for the new year, and it is so active days here, but I like it. Both the presents to my friends, to my family. I like this period of time.
Well, great. It's a nice time of the year. We all enjoy it. It's a special time in the year, and we hope that you guys are having the same fun and enjoyment over there that we have here in the United States. I know there's some differences, between, the Europeans, Russians, the United States. I mean, we're so far apart, and we have different customs and different things, in our lives. But in general, we all are the same kind of people, and we all enjoy, I think, the same kind of things, and we enjoy the holidays here.
Yeah.
So you're, let me ask you a question about, you like to work DX. The European countries are very close to Russia, so I'm sure any day you hear all the other countries almost daily. Is that right?
Tom, I don't know what is.
No, my question is, the European countries are so close to you. You probably turn the radio on and you hear them every day. In the United States, we don't hear them every day. They're, maybe we might not hear them for 2 days, 3 days. The DX. So, for you, do you consider that DX? Do you consider DX the European countries? They're DX for us.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Tom. The European countries, it is not. They are not DX for me, because almost every day I can hear European station, and it is not a problem. And I enjoy to speak to all European countries. It's very nice. But really, DX for me, it is Canada, the USA, Africa, South America, Australia, and New Zealand. Of course, there are a very big DX for me. But the propagation sometimes is so interesting and so different when it is not the close propagation. It can be that I could not hear any stations from Europe, but for example, to have a QSO with India, and sometimes it happens. I don't hear European station, and the signal go long distance, and I can hear, for example, India or something like this.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. You have access to most all these countries pretty regular. You're talking to them pretty regular there. Man, sometimes we don't hear any Europe or anything. We hear local. The United States is so big. To us, DX might be, working Washington State or California is a long ways away from us, 2,000 miles. So I'm sure for you, 2,000 miles puts you into many different countries in Europe. Hey, question about language. When you work these stations, well, first of all, I guess my question is, I assume you speak more than one language. Do you speak other languages?
I speak a little bit German, but I can understand much more than to say myself. But yeah, German and English, it is two my languages.
Yeah, okay.
And of course, Russian.
Yeah. So do you find that English is kind of the universal language in some of these countries? I imagine there are many languages spoken, but for ham radio operators, I guess the common language, maybe the universal language might be English?
Yes. The international language for not only for ham radio community, but for everybody, I think it is English. And in Europe, you're absolutely right. There are so many different countries, different cultures, and of course, different languages. But everyone, not everyone, but in our hobby, many people know English, and it is like international language for communication.
Well, and that's good. And even if you don't know a lot of English or a lot of other languages, I guess if you know simple phrases, if you know phrases like "my QTH is" or "your signal report is," then that makes it more simple to make a conversation. Even if you don't know the language, if you know just some simple things. So I know I know you've been spending a lot of time making new videos, and I think you're working on one here about languages and to help hams make contacts with more languages. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. And one day I heard how my friend Yuka OH2BR was working on the air, and it was so nice that he spoke different languages. And this especially was very nice. It is a reaction from the people from the other countries when they spoke their languages with the foreign men. And I was so amazed, and that is exactly what I want to do myself. Then I found out that Yuka, with his brother Nika, made the conversation guide for ham radio operators. And there are different languages, very simple phrases like you just told, that we don't need many phrases for the QSO. It is not a problem to learn it. Unfortunately, I still have no time to do it, but it is one of my goal on the future to learn simple phrases to the different languages for the QSO. And this video will be about this conversation guide. About these two very nice persons who made it, and I know that some people also helped him. And now on my website or on my blog, raisa.blog, you can find a very useful learning tool to learn some phrases, for example, on Japan, on Danish language, Finnish language, Deutsch, German language, and so on. And if you really would like to know different languages for the QSO, you can find the nice information there. You will see how to do it in my video. Let's watch the video.
All right, great. Well, let's look at that video and see what we can learn.
Hello, my friends. Do you know how to start speaking in 8 languages during the QSO? I have an answer for this question. If you are interested, give me your likes and let's go with me. I have 2 friends from Finland. They are brothers Heikenheimo, Yuka, OH2BR, and Mika, OH2BAD. I learned about their joint product, the Amateur Radio Conversation Guide. They are author of this unique and very useful manual for radio amateurs. They compiled it with help of DXR friends 40 years ago. This guide is still relevant today, and I learned a lot from it, and I'm actively using it during my working on the air. They also recorded audio files of these texts on C cassettes and CD-ROMs. Young people seldom read paper books and listen to CD-ROM discs. That's why our team had the idea to remake the great work of brothers Heikenheimer. And now I would like to demonstrate you what we did. For the first time, all the texts and all the voices are online together. You can click on every phrase and hear how it sounds.
CQ 20 meters.
Allgemeiner Anruf auf dem 20.
Appel général 20 mètres. CQ 20 metri.
CQ 20 metros. CQ 20 metros.
CQ 20 meter. こちらは
Всем на 20 метрах. Здесь Роман 1, Борис, Иван, Галина. Прием. So now, with one mouse click, you can listen to any of 200 QSO phrases. Imagine hundreds of phrases belonging to ham radio slang in 8 languages. Together with my friend and IT specialist Yuri Заграничный, we spent several weeks doing this work. At the same time, I reread Russian language version, so now my voices is also there in the audio files.
Мое имя Раиса.
Mi nombre es Jorge. 私の名前は青木です。
It is on my website in the section How To, where I post different tutorials. You can easily get to the right page, just follow the link in the description. We will continue to improve this online tool step by step for all languages. On behalf of all who already use these wonderful materials and who will use it in the future, I would like to say thank you very much to Yuka and Mika. You made a great job for us. I hope this information will be helpful for hams to understand other languages and in the end to understand each other. This is so much needed in the modern world. I invited everybody to study with me. Thank you very much for your watching. Put your comments, don't forget about the likes, and see you later. 73 and 88. Bye bye.
What a great video. 8 languages. If you want to talk to ham radio operators in 8 languages, this is the video you need. Practice. She's got all the phrases out there and tells you what to say. Raisa, tell us, what's the response? Have you heard from anyone? Are they using this?
Yes, I received a lot of messages about the people who used these tools, who want to know how to spell, how to speak, for example, in Spanish language or in Italian language. And it is really helpful, this tool, helpful them to learn the languages for the QSO, and it is really nice to have such a nice reviews from my subscribers, and I think that it is important to do something what can help our community to grow up, to learn something new, and this one will be helpful. So for many people who want to learn something new, I think so. And right now, some of my friends, they are working about their languages. It is Polish language and Turkish language will be also very soon upload to my blog, and it is really very important that the conversation guide is grow up, and in the future we will see more languages there and more opportunities for the people who want to know these languages.
All right. Well, hey, it's great what you're doing there for ham radio. You're making it fun, and you're putting tools out there to be very helpful for people. Thank you so much for that video, and keep them coming. We enjoy what you're doing there. Hey, let me just mention a couple of things. We're just a few days away from New Year's. New Year's is coming up here in a couple of days. What are your special plans? Anything special going on there in New Year's for you?
Yes, it is a very nice opportunity to congratulate everybody. Happy New Year. And I have some nice plans to be with my family. And as I told you in our last video, that it is a very important event for Russians, and we celebrate it very, very actively, and everybody. I don't know anybody who don't celebrate New Year in Russia.
Now, in addition to New Year, don't you celebrate Christmas around this time in January?
In January, yes. Yeah. We will celebrate the Christmas on the 7th of January. It is Russian Orthodox Christmas, and in Christmas time it is more like a quite familiar event with your family. No so many guests come to you. For example, for the New Year, we have many guests, and it is like a very big holiday. But the Christmas time, it is a family holiday. That is the difference between two of these events.
Well, are you going to get any special ham radio present gift? You got anything you're wishing for, hoping for? Maybe a new radio?
I would like to have one radio.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Santa will give me, will present me this radio, but I think the most important thing, and it is everybody to be healthy and to be happy and to be in our hobby. I think that to be in our hobby, it is like to be happy. For me, ham radio makes me happy, and I'm sure that a lot of people from our hobby can also say the same about themselves.
Well, you seem very happy all the time, and that rubs off on ham radio. You make ham radio look like a lot of fun and happy and great. Hey, let's mention your websites and your YouTube channel so people can go out there. Hey, everybody, let's see. This is Raisa's YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com. And put in a search YLRAISA, and that'll take you to her YouTube channel. And let's see what else we got. We got Facebook, right? We've got Facebook here. Again, that is if you just do YLRAISA, it'll take you to her Facebook group. She's got a blog out there, and she's got all kinds of stuff out there. Did I miss anything? Do you have some other websites or anything?
I have also Instagram, but today is much important to say about Raisa.blog because there are this conversation guide, and I hope that many people will find it helpful for them.
Well, okay. Well, look, thank you so much for being with us tonight. I know it's a lot of trouble, difficulty, but we're making it work between Russia and here, the major time difference, but we're making it work, and we thank you so much, and we'll see you again in a couple weeks. So goodbye.
Thank you very much, Tom. It's always a great pleasure to meet you and to speak with you, and to a nice opportunity to say hello to your subscribers. Once more, thank you very much for your invitation, and Happy New Year.
All right. Well, thank you. And hey, they're your subscribers too. Believe me, people tune into our channel to see you. So thanks very much. Happy holidays to you. And bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's how you can do it in 8 languages. I'm not very good on other languages myself, but they got them all mapped out for you. You can listen to it and practice them, and it might work out for you. Hey, if you haven't joined Raisa's Facebook group, just go ahead and join. It's just YLRAISA, Raisa, YL Raisa. And just, hey, give her a nice little note there and tell her you saw her on the show, and it'd be cool for her to know that people are actually following her on the U.S. side through our show. So do that if you can. Again, reminder, everybody, please hit the subscribe button on the YouTube down at the very bottom right corner. Hit that subscribe button. That'll really help us out a lot as far as YouTube advertising our channel during our show. That brings about 40% of our viewers come in just by accident. They're out searching for ham radio, and we pop up there, and they click on us, and they come over, and that's how they find us. Just wonder if we got anybody new in the chat room tonight. Love to hear from you. If you're new, just say hello in there. I'd like to see if we have any new people in here tonight. All right, so hey, in a few minutes we'll open up the Zoom lines for our viewers to join us there. I can even open the phone line. Glenn, I want to talk to you about some Arduino stuff, man. I've got some things going here that I want to get your thoughts about. Let me see if I can bring this up here. All right, so here's what I want to do. I'll bring it up right here. So I'm thinking about, the little tracker that I build for the balloons are whisper transmitters, and they have the GPS in there, and they could be programmed probably to do what I want to do. Right now, they do a lot more than. I just want to basically put a beacon on here at the house, and so I'm looking at one of the Zactec devices here. Let me show you what it looks like, and it runs the typical stuff, the GPS module. It runs the SI5351, transmitter chip. It's an Arduino 328P. Pretty much like the tracker that I built. Now, this unit does have a little chip that puts a USB conversion on there where you can actually plug a USB cable into it to program it. Here's what I wanted to talk about. First, I wanted to just set something up here just as a beacon on APRS, Glenn, and so there was an article in QST magazine this month on a low-cost, they call it Nano Whisper, low-cost multiband transmitter. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's washing it out pretty good. Tell you what I can do. I'll do this.
Yeah, I haven't read that one yet. It's in my backpack for my reading material at work.
Yeah, let me do this. This will be better. There we go. All right, so it's a it's just a simple transmitter. Look at the schematic, very simple. SI5351 board and the Nano, man, it's very simple, right? But then I started looking at this, and you got to have a computer hooked to it, and that you have to run something like Whisper on your computer, which then just becomes the transmitter. This can be set for any band by programming the chip here, but you got to have your computer hooked to it and running like Whisper. And I thought, that's not what I want. Now I got to have a computer hooked to it and running all the time. So I'm thinking, okay, I want a standalone unit I want a standalone unit. So this Zactec unit right here, it actually is a standalone. In the other one here, I was thinking, now, how is this thing going to work? I mean, how does it know? Whisper has to transmit very precisely on certain time slots. Like every 1 minute, you would transmit, and the bandwidth on Whisper is only 6 cycles wide. But anyway, and I'm looking at the thing, and I'm thinking, how does it know when to transmit? And that's when I realized you got to have your computer hooked to it, and you got to have your program hooked to it. See, but this one has the GPS on it, and that's where they're getting the timing and the clock. See, so this can be a standalone here, and you can program your call in here, and this is a complete standalone Whisper transmitter. So this is what I want to do now. It can be programmed for any band from 0.5 megahertz up to what, I don't know, 400. It's pretty wide range.
Yeah, the 5351 I think goes up to 160.
Yeah. So it could go anywhere in there. Now, but here's the thing: you would have to plug a USB in there, and you'd have to program it for that frequency. What I want to do, Glenn, is I would like to be able, if the 328 has enough room, I'd like to program it where I could have like 20 meter frequency in there, or maybe 40 meter frequency in there, and maybe on one of the input pins or something on the 328 or whatever, select, do I want this frequency or do I want that frequency? So does that seem doable?
Yeah, but I think again you're overthinking the issue.
Yeah.
You already have 90% of that beacon code in the balloon code.
Yeah.
Why don't you just take the balloon code and shorten the beacon from the delay that you've got now and just have it continuously repeat? That's just shortening that delay.
Yeah.
You've
Instead of transmitting that second transmission with the additional information, just transmit the call information every 1 minute, and I mean, basically it's the same thing. It's just a very large tracker. I mean,
Yeah.
But
and,
so my question is, and of course he's got the code for it. You set it on the 20 meter, or you set it on the 40 meter or the 30 meter. My question is, if that's already in there and you've got it transmitting on, say, 20 meters, how much difficulty is it to modify the code just to change the frequency? What do you think? I think Glenn fell off here. Let's get Glenn back on here. Let's get Glenn back on. All right. The cat must have hit the disconnect button. Did the cat hit the disconnect button? Unmute your mic. Something looks different here, man. Let's see. I'm not hearing you, Glenn. I'm not hearing you. You do not appear to be. You don't appear to be muted. Just when I asked a question.
All right, am I here?
There, you're there now. You're there. What's going on?
Zoom tends to make my other machine blue screen.
Oh, okay. Well, you came back good. You came back pretty good. So, hey, here's my question. Here's my question. So with the code in there, it's going to transmit every 1 minute, and it's set for 14 megahertz. How much difficulty would it be to say change that 14 megahertz to 7 megahertz? Maybe with just a toggle switch.
Yeah, no difficulty at all, because when you do your 1 minute time, just check the position of that switch and you load the 5351 with the correct band information by reading the switch.
Yeah. So
it's bang bang done. I mean, that should be very easy to do.
And I suppose if you really want to get complicated, you could without a switch, you could have it alternate 30 meters, 20 meters, 30 meters, 20 meters, right?
Yeah, the key there is making sure you've got an antenna that's matched.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
Well, this is real interesting. I ordered one of these Zactec deals here. It's got basically the very same parts on it that we got on the tracker. You know, except they've got a USB to what serial or whatever you call it converter on it. It's a single chip.
Right.
So I'm going to get it going, and at some point when you get a little time, I'll share the code with you, and maybe we can pick out a couple of the, what do you call those pins on there, the inputs on your 328.
Oh, just the I/O pins.
The I/O pins. Maybe there'll be a couple of I/O pins, and we can somehow use an I/O pin and put a a toggle switch on there. You know.
Oh, that should not be a problem at all.
Well, I figured for somebody like you, for you can knock it out probably in no time. So,
well, like I say, I think the code is 90% there if you use the Whisper code for the balloon.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to get something going kind of fast and simple, and so I'm gonna go this way. This actually has a chip on there, and it actually runs 250 milliwatts. They've got a let me show it here. Oh, let's see. There it is right there. Let me see if I can move this over and let you see what they got going here. Wrong one. All right, so what they're doing here to get the extra power, the 5351, the 5351 is right here, and it's about 10 milliwatts. But what they're doing, they're just taking a chip here. Next to it here, taking a chip, and by paralleling all those different sections, you can get anywhere from 120 milliwatts to 250 milliwatts RF out of that. And then
what is that chip?
They'll put a little filter past that to kind of smooth that square wave off.
Yeah, what's that chip?
That chip is a, well, let's see what it is. Let me see if I can figure this out here.
Because if you're going to get 250 milliwatts, you're going to need an amplifier in there somewhere.
That is the amplifier.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to know what chip it is.
That chip is the amplifier. That chip is, why am I not, let's see. I've got a whole bunch of those chips. I ordered them. Well, for some reason, I can't move the PDF over. Anyway, I've got the chips. I have them here.
I can almost read it.
Well, let me see if I can make it a little larger here. Let's see. Oh, that's this off the screen here. Let me go back. I'll try one more thing. Here we go.
Is that a 7404?
Here we go. Hang on. We're getting there. No.
I'm going to say, I can't see how you use a TTL.
It's a 74 AC 254 or something like that. Let's see. Let me send it to you. It's a 74 AC 264, I think. It's hard to read on here, blown up, but you can see it right there. And the way they get the power is just by paralleling each of the outputs there. If you want 120 milliwatts, you use half that chip, and you just keep paralleling sections there. But anyway, okay. So that's a project that we're going to probably work on here soon, and at some point we'll get you here on the show to help us with that.
Yeah, that's interesting because I did a lookup on that, and it doesn't match anything for that number.
Yeah.
The 74 series, that's a bunch of TTL.
Yeah, it is.
Chips.
It is.
And I mean, that's just probably a hex inverter chip like the 7404.
Yep. And they use it for power amp.
That's kind of bizarre.
Isn't that something? I could take it off and I could put a MOSFET there. I've designed some little 100 milliwatt amps for.
That would be much more efficient.
It would be. I may just add the MOSFET in there.
Because the 5351 is a square wave, so it's going to have.
Well, you know what? Here in the QST magazine, they're using the same chip. Let me go to it. I'll show you. You can see it better. Here we go. Let's see. That is a 74
244.
C244.
There you go. That's
And look what they're doing here. If you look right here, here's the output from the 5351 right here. And if you put a jumper here, you go straight through a filter to the antenna. That's 10 milliwatts. If you want 250 milliwatts, you put the jumper in right here, and you come out and you go through a filter to the antenna. So they're just using it as a power amp.
That's unusual, but okay.
Yeah. They've used that for a number of years in certain trackers. I don't, it wasn't intended for that, but, and I mean, all this stuff puts out a square wave, so you kind of gotta.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, all that's a buffer line driver.
Yep.
Free state output, so it's pretty much a standard TTL type chip.
Yeah. So we'll play with that, and I'll have that coming in here. So hey, man, I'm just looking for some new projects to do, some things to do for the show here. Oh, hey, by the way, yesterday or the day before, I got a whole heaping pile of ATmega 328Ps that came in the mail from China.
Oh, very cool.
And I got about 15 of the GPS modules that came in. So I'm all set with GPS modules and the Arduino chip now. And so, we might try to just, breadboard one of these things, make our own little whisper transmitter here. I would like to try to enhance it a little bit, with to be able to change it there. Let's see. Yeah, I got the ATmega 328Ps in the mail yesterday, so we're okay there.
I've been getting a lot of stuff in the mail here recently, so I guess they're getting those ships in from offshore.
Well, and it had been ordered probably 3 months ago. I had placed some orders like a long time ago. Stuff still is a real critical shortage out there. Hey guys, some of you may have noticed we made some changes on the website. And it looks a little bit different today. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Oh boy, I got it really blown up here. Let me come down with it.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
It's a lot better. I mean, the other one we had was kind of old design, and I'm sizing it here for you guys. Trying to size it here. Let me size it a little bit more here. That'll probably get it right there. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit simpler and a little bit more straightforward. And of course, over the years, the other one gets cluttered up with all the stuff that we've done. So we're kind of starting over with this. You might notice, hey, now you can find us at w5kub.com, or you can find us at ham-tv.com, or my personal website is tmedlin.com. But any of those will bring you to the show. We need to figure out something to use the hamtv.com for, maybe a spinoff or something. And I don't know, Glenn, maybe we need to set you up a studio down there and have a hamtv.com, and you put in about six hours a week at night on it, or something like that.
Yeah. I got a better idea.
Yeah?
Yeah. We'll just make it cattv.com.
Cat TV. All right, man. We'll make it Cat TV. Well, just to show you a little bit, this page is I'm just throwing stuff in there to try to format it and to see, see what I can do with it. But if you look here, there's a picture. Hey guys, there's that picture there. That is the production team for Last Man Standing. That's the producers and all the support staff that put on Tim Allen's TV show Last Man Standing. And if you will notice the background, that's actually the background there for the show. Let's see. Got a little blurb here. Hey, you got Glenn's picture there. Look at there. We got him in here.
Old picture. I have got to get you a new
we need a good picture there, but you know.
My God, that one's at least 6 years old.
Yeah, well, it makes you look 6 years younger.
Got
a few sponsors on there. You know, here's
80 pounds ago.
Just trying to spot here with Katie, and then we've got some. There's me talking with Tim Allen out behind the studio when we were out there, and let's see. There's some of the shots there from when we did our webcast from out there.
Oh, here we can do this.
What can you do?
We can turn on the lights and let people.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. I'll sit back here. Here's a picture of Mandy. If you guys remember Mandy from the show, that's the first Mandy back in the early days, right there, standing with Kathy and me. And then the picture on the left is John Amadeo. He's the producer. Picture on the right here, there's Tim Allen with us. And we had a lot of fun out there. You know, I don't know if we're going to see our friend astronaut Doug Wheelock this year or not. He usually, for the last 8 years, minus COVID, he's been with us in Dayton. I don't think we're going to do that this year with him. We are going to Dayton. I think we're going to change our format up a little bit on how we webcast from Dayton. And then I've just got a button here for live chat, and it takes you to another page where you can see the show, and you can log into the live chat there. Let me bring this down a little. Actually, I've got the let's see, Control minus. Bring it down. There we go.
Yeah, that was the one thing we were talking about again in the pre-show. Is I've been making all my reservations for the Hamfest and stuff, Dayton and Orlando.
Yeah. Yep.
Just one right after the other.
Oh, okay. Well, look, let me get the link here. We'll just open up. It's after 9 o'clock, so we'll open up Zoom for everybody, and we'll have a good time. We'll just talk ham radio here. Let me get the link. Here we go. Tell you what, we won't be opening the phone lines. I'll just open the Zoom up right now. All right, I'm posting a link in here for our Zoom link. If you guys want to join us, feel free to come into the show just by clicking on that link right there.
Yeah, they're talking about all the potential cancellations. I've got Collinsville, Illinois here in about 3 weeks. And I haven't heard anything on canceling, and Orlando's, 6 weeks off. And again, not planning on any cancellations at this point. I got airline tickets and stuff.
Yeah, Frank down in Australia asked me, did I get a QSL card from him? Yeah, I've actually worked them several times down there, and I do have QSL cards from them, and it was always fun. We also, Glenn and I also operated the Last Man Standing special event station from here this past year, and had a good time doing that. We made a lot of contacts. I just approved somebody. I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Brent, maybe?
That was Tim.
Was it Tim? Okay, let's see. I'm just approving people, not even looking to see who they are. Oh, that's yeah. All right, let's see. I need to get a bigger screen, man. I see Jordan. I see Jordan. Hey, Jordan, how you doing, man? I see Jordan there. I see Frank down in Australia.
I'm here. That's about it.
All right, man. You been to Memphis lately?
No, I have not. They've got me a lot of local work here in Huntsville.
Oh, how often were you actually driving up this way?
Before I took the local job, it was almost every day.
Oh, man.
But about 2 to 3 months since I've been to Memphis.
From Huntsville to Memphis?
Yeah, every day.
Oh, my word. That is a drive.
Yeah. Yeah, but he had it pretty easy with his driving. He just put that thing on cruise control and let it go, man.
Still, man. I mean,
well, it's Highway 72, and that's not so much.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. I mean, I go to cat shows, and we used to drive all over, but you hit that certain age, and it's like somebody else can drive. I'll fly.
Well, I agree with you, man. Let me tell you, we were in North Carolina last week. It seems like it was a month ago, but it was last week. My goodness.
Yeah, now
and I decided not to have the show. Our internet connection was so bad. Plus, we had a house full of people, all kinds of people running around and noise, and I just thought, hey, we'll just cancel the show. It's almost Christmas, and man, that 500-mile drive back, it just, man,
yeah,
it's just tough. It's tough on you, man.
I was at the club Christmas party, so I wouldn't have been here last Tuesday anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
That driving like that will take a lot out of you.
Oh yeah. I used to drive like 3,000 miles a month and never leave North Mississippi. Literally on the road 3 to 6 hours every day.
Yeah.
And now I only go to the office 2 days a week. Yes, it's across town. Yes, I have to drive through Memphis and risk my very existence going across town. But the other 3 days I get to sit right here and work. But the cars are loving me. I only have to buy 1 tank of gas a week now.
All right.
If y'all I saw the project you're doing, Tom. Anybody else doing any other projects?
You see over my shoulder?
Not on here. I mean,
a lot of stuff.
Glenn's always got stuff going. He hadn't got anything going on the show here.
Yeah.
Well, he gets it going as long as the cats don't steal his components off the workbench.
Yeah. Hey, there's a comment in the chat room asking how Katie's doing. She hadn't been on here. Well, Katie is very busy, and Katie is not just deep into ham radio now. She just doesn't have a lot of time. She is still with us, but I told her, I said, just pop in when you can. She works, so a lot of times she's working late. So I said, just pop out when you can, but you're not leaving us. And so, I expect her to be in here some. So let's see. I think I covered the announcements tonight. Yeah.
I've got 2 projects coming. I have a US SDX coming, should be here in January, and I have a QCX Mini coming that I get to play with. So,
okay, all right, that'd be cool. All right. Well, look, hey, get the QCX, man. I think that's got a little toroid. The hardest part of building that thing is that toroid. I think
I'm getting really assembled because the last time I tried to build something, it didn't go very
well. That toroid, a lot of people have problems. It's a tri-filler or something. You got a bunch of wires in there, and you know what I'm talking about, Glenn?
Yeah, there's 3 wires instead of the normal 1 or 2.
Yeah. So it's that I think that's the hardest part that a lot of people have the trouble with. You got to be very careful on that toroid there. But hey. Show it on a show one night. We'll have you on here, and we'll have a show and tell.
I know what I can do.
Yeah, I'll have it, and I'm planning on doing the project I'm mainly wanting to do with it is connecting it to MixW software to do CW.
Yeah.
Just to see if it work with the sound card and keying it, just to see what it would do. So that's my plan.
Oh, look out. He's got the box. Look out.
Talking about your kits?
There you go there.
Now, what is that? What is that?
Jordan, you asked, okay? He's got a box full of it. That's his next book, man.
Yeah.
Literally is. Let's see. That's a time domain reflectometer, a 20-meter CW transceiver, 2-meter FM receiver, a FM stereo radio chip,
Yeah.
a modification for the MFJ and antenna analyzer so you can hook it up to your PC. Instructions, let's see. This is the EndoWare 6-band sideband transceiver, a rain and water sensor, microBitX AGC mod, microBitX parts. That was not going to work anymore.
Well, when are you going to have time to work on all that?
microBitX.
He's going to send some out. I guess Frank down there in Australia could probably give him some help there. He's, it's harder than the blazes of you-know-what down there, 43 degrees C and whatever. He probably sit in the house with his air conditioner on and help him out.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
It's a very cool day today. It's only 90 degrees.
Well, we were running our air conditioner.
Oh, yeah. It's 23 here, Frank, and we got snow on the ground.
My wife's from Cincinnati. She hates snow.
Oh man!
I don't blame you. I don't blame her at all.
You're gonna love this little thing here.
What is it?
This is
there you go, Jordy.
What is it? A all band up to like 6-meter AM/FM sideband receiver.
Oh yeah, I had one of those. I sent it back. I didn't like it.
Okay.
I had that one, but I think I got a bad one. It sounded crummy, but I'm thinking about reordering it.
Yeah, they had some early issues, but yeah.
Oh man,
that's my project.
I originally got the Pixie 40 meter, like 1 watt CW transceiver, and the first one I built, it worked great, but I wanted one with the BNC that was on the board, and I just built it 2 weeks ago and went to hook it up and popped the capacitor. Next thing I know, I got smoke. I got the magic smoke.
Oh man!
So I ordered a second one. It got here. Now I just got to find time to put that together.
Oh, you want
all you got to do is replace the capacitor, right?
Well, when I went to pull it out and look at it, all of the copper going to the capacitor had also fried.
Oh, well, yeah.
So,
but there's your 40-meter Pixies.
The one I had, I loved
3
it.
of them.
The first one I built, I loved it, but the way it was built was one of the first ones, so all the major components to adjust it and everything, and the BNC connector was all off the board. So that right there is pretty much the one I'm wanting.
Except this one does JT65.
Oh wow!
That's a little bigger than the
All
one
right,
I
look
got.
at there, Glenn. Look at there, man.
That big.
Hey, Glenn, you're running away. He's trying to show you something,
Look at
man.
there. Well, did Glenn walk and run away? Look at there, Glenn. I like that I got the paper off of it. I thought they were going to go all over the wall.
The cat's probably raising heck in the front room.
No, she's
The what?
over there. She's in the lab now. The light's on, stuff's out. She's
Oh yeah, we'll see it go scurrying across the floor chasing
All right.
stuff.
yeah, she's fixing to make a raid.
All right, now I'm going to mix. I'm mixing
Uh-oh.
10. I'm mixing 10.
Wait a minute, let me.
I'm mixing 10.
I got to pin his camera.
Are we gonna go poof? Are we gonna go boom?
I'm mixing 10 of them here with 4 from a different manufacturer. So, what's the chances of they all are going to be good?
I'd say about 99%.
Yeah, I hope so.
I have yet to receive a bad Arduino. Now, I have fried my share, but I don't think I've ever gotten a defective one.
All right, so I got me enough here to. I got about 15.
Hey Tom, there's a question in the chat room there. They want to know about your generator. Have you got an update on that?
Well, they called me the week before Christmas and said they've got it in. And now they're going to schedule it to be installed, and they'll call me back today and let me know. Well, they never called me back. That's been about a week now. It's been about a week, but it is here. It is here. And look at there, Glenn.
Hurry up and wait, right?
I got me a bunch of GPS modules, Glenn. Got me some GPS modules.
Yeah, I got something too.
Got my 328s here, so.
Now, if you just happen to look over my shoulder and you see all of those parts bins.
Yep.
Well, yeah, what's in that part bin back there? I want to know.
I think the last count is like 700 various Arduino and radio parts.
Oh my God!
Let me. I'll show you my part store. Well, this is one of them. Let me look. Let's see. Let me see how to do this. How do I do this?
And you're not seeing 2 or 3 that I've got on the other wall that you can't see.
All right. Wait a minute.
I just wanted to show
there
you a
is
little
no
bit what we're doing
usable
in the
space
studio.
left in that room.
Studio. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Here's part of my parts. There's part of my parts right here. Let's see.
Lord have mercy.
That's part of my parts. That's one room. That's one room with parts.
Uh-huh.
And I can't get to.
I can't get to the other room and show you the 5 laser printers and 5 monitors.
The thing is, it gets so messy, man. I had it all, everything so cleaned up and everything nice where I could find it, and now all the cables are all tangling up, and it's just getting to be a mess in there, man. Oh.
I guess that's why he has the door closed, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't want anything falling out on me.
Something.
Oh, man.
You are watching the crook in action.
Oh, yeah, I see him. Her. I see her. Yep, she's up there. Look out.
She's got something. But, yeah, I mean, the closet's full, and I've got the whole upstairs has got the large parts. So I've got like 24 feet of workbench in that other room. And it's piled high with junk right now, and I just cleaned it off the other day. But I'm getting really, really close to starting the new book, the new projects, assuming that I have any parts left.
Oh,
I guess
she just ran across. It's got another one.
I guess one of my next projects, if I can just get the energy, I've got the ladder up out there. I need to go up to the roof, and I need to take down my 2 rotors, my elevation and my azimuth rotors, and bring them in here and see what's wrong with them, so I can get back on satellite. I set up a satellite.
Which ones are yours? Is yours the ASIV?
It's a what?
Your Azel rotor.
No, I've got 2 separate rotors. I got an elevation rotor and an azimuth rotor.
Them?
Yeah, I got the Yaesu elevation rotor.
Yeah,
I don't have the combination rotor.
No, they can be combined, but they actually operate separately.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I could just buy me a combination rotor. Those things are about $1,000, man.
Yeah, they're expensive, really.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember back when I was stationed at the Pentagon, we had one of those things out there, and I'll tell you, it was funny to watch the thing going up and down and turning this, that, and the other. And I said to myself, well, is it going to work? And the guy says, well, go over there to that Yaesu, what was it, FT26R, he says, and say CQ and see what you get.
Yeah.
It was Korea. I thought it was cool.
Well, what year was that? I was in Korea.
1982.
Oh, man, I was there in 72.
Well, 72, I was floating on a on an aircraft carrier in the was it Gulf of Tonkin over there off Vietnam.
Yeah, yeah. All right, anybody else want to join us? Let me post the link again here. Zoom link. If you'd like to join us on Zoom, just click on this link and you can join us. Be glad to have you.
I'm trying to think of that original Yaesu rotator. They bought it from somebody, or they had a different name. What did Yaesu used to be called?
The Yaesu? Well, I don't know. This this rotor I've got is the Yaesu. I think it's a Yaesu. Well, you know what? It may be the brand that came out that Yaesu had before it was called a Yaesu rotor. You know.
That's what I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, this is called a. I'm looking.
Sonic Camp.
No.
Sonic Camp was an early one.
You know what? It doesn't even have a name on it. It does not have a name on it there. So I don't know, Glenn. Here, I'm going to show it to you here. Let's see. See if this camera will make it over.
Yeah, it's going to look just like my 5400.
Can you see that? I don't even know if I'm aiming it right.
Vertex.
Yeah, was it Vertex?
I want to say it's Vertex.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yep. All right. For all you guys that want to know, this is Glenn, right there.
Right there.
Yeah,
we see it.
That's Glenn right there.
Nice soundboard. Very nice soundboard.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. It's Vertex.
What is it? That sounds like a pill.
Vertex. That was that Yaesu bought them. And
yeah, I think that's the name of the one I've got here.
Commercial. That was their commercial division, Vertex.
Yeah. That's the one I've got.
And see, I've got the next version up, which is the 5400. Let's see if we can do this without destroying the place. There you go.
Ah, yes.
That's
right
down there on the bottom.
Yep.
And then there's the tri-band beam right next to it. And then my 2 meter and 440 rigs. And the rest of the rigs are on this wall. So you get to see a whole totally different view of the shack tonight.
Well, I enjoy watching the cats running back and forth there, stealing all your components. You'll be stepping on them in your stocking feet, and you'll be yelling at them.
Yes. But that was the funny thing. When I was doing the second foot, I had a pair of the 8307 chips that I was going to use for the SWR analyzer. I set them out on the workbench the night before. Got up the next morning and went to work. They were gone.
Yep.
Took me 2 weeks to find them. I reordered a new set.
Well.
And I mean, I tore this house up and down. And what it turned out, it wasn't Demon Child there. It was her sister.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I don't even have a cat here, and I can lose something on the workbench, and it takes me 3 days to find
Godzilla
it.
had taken them and actually stuffed them inside a file folder that was on the floor. And they had folded so flat you couldn't tell there were chips inside. And I went to pick that up when I finished that chapter, doing it a different way. The chips fell out. And I mean, there was no doubt who did it.
Yep.
Yeah, Godzilla.
You don't get to see her, but she's the real monster over here.
Oh, yeah.
And Glenn, my daughter and my fiance love to see your cats when we jump on here and they just sit there and watch it.
Get the ARRL calendar this year because Godzilla is April and Rodan there is August.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
I went into the HRO the other day and they didn't have them. I asked.
Huh. Now, HRO is stocking my book now, so.
Yeah, I saw that, and I grabbed one, and I said I'll send it down for a signature like I have on the rest of them.
You just got to go to a ham fest that I'm at.
No, well, it's going to be a while.
No kidding, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what this new what this new year is going to be yet.
I'm just rolling forward, and if it cancels, it cancels. I did actually get smart this time, and I bought the trip cancellation insurance for everything. So if they do cancel the ham fest, it's not going to hurt me. I'm hoping nothing gets canceled, but you know they're predicting all sorts of strange stuff.
Too early to tell, there, buddy.
Yep. But I'm planning to go, unless told otherwise. I'm tired of sitting around this house.
I'm paying attention to.
Like I say, I'm going to St. Louis in 3 weeks, Orlando in 6, Jackson, Mississippi in 4.
Man, you're a busy person.
Then, of course, Dayton. And then the
Yeah, I saw something on that today. I don't know. I haven't really investigated what Jill sent me, but she sent me something on.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from them really at all. I figured, we'll know soon enough if something bad's going to happen. But I think everybody's at this point of we're just going to go forward with it, and life goes on.
All right, let me just make a quick announcement here. People probably wondering what they're listening to out there on shortwave. This is the last half hour of a ham radio show where we invite our viewers into the show, and we just talk about a little bit about everything. This is Amateur Radio Roundtable. It's a show about ham radio. If you're listening out there on shortwave, please send us an email to tom@w5kub.com. Tell us where you are, how you're hearing the station. We're relatively low power. We're only 50,000 watts, coming out of Monticello, Maine, up there right near the Canadian border. If you want to, you can join us on Tuesday nights. The live video show is on w5kub.com, and join us and watch the video. Join us in the chat room. All right, guys, I'm thinking about popcorn tonight. Yeah, maybe.
Popcorn does sound kind of good.
Yeah.
One of the few things that's on my diet if I don't use salt and butter.
Oh,
yeah.
I feel sorry for you there, buddy.
I've got a hot air popper, and you adapt.
Oh yeah, well the hot air popper, you just stick a little bit of butter on the top, and it melts it, and then when you finish, you just drizzle it across.
Butter is not on my diet.
Yeah.
All right. I apologize.
We got Joel in the chat room here. AI is 6DG. Just reminding all us retired guys that there are guys out there that do work still. Now Glenn's still working. He won't give it up. So Glenn is still working there. I am retired, but I seem busier now than I was. Let me tell you, when you retire, you're gonna get busier. I need to go back to work just to get a rest. To tell you the truth.
My mom said that exact same thing. She retired back in May, and she straight up looked at us and goes, "How did I ever get anything done? I work more now than I did when I was working."
Man, let me tell you, man. Hey, when I was working, that was an easy job compared to being retired, man.
Actually, for the last year before March, I was basically working from home, unemployed, whatever. Paid to be unemployed is the best way to look at it.
Yeah.
And it was basically retirement for me, and I'm just like, this is what retirement's going to be. I can finish books, I can do projects. I mean, I lived over in that other side of the room. So, yeah, bring it on. If I'm retired, yes, I will be busier than I've ever been, but it will be on that side of the room.
Yeah.
So, bring it.
Hello, Charlie, down in Uruguay. How you doing, Charlie?
Hello. Fine.
You're a little late tonight, Charlie.
Yeah, I was having dinner with my sister.
Oh, boy.
We're going to have to give him demerits, Tom.
Yeah, he's going to get 10 demerits tonight for coming in so late. That's for sure. Let me put it in my book here. Charlie, 10 demerits. All right. Well, we're glad to have you anyway, man. I think 2 weeks ago you were traveling on business. You were at a hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
Where were
last week? Was there any?
No show. No show last week.
Show.
Where were you? Where were you
I
on
get
your
snow up here.
where were you on your business trip? Where?
In Buenos Aires.
Oh, Buenos Aires. I've been there a few times. Yeah. Yeah. Nice place. Pretty place.
Yes.
Pretty place.
Yeah, somehow economically complicated.
I think it's all built by the Germans.
This no English.
No. Who is it? I thought there might have been a lot of German influence.
Oh, I don't know.
And some of the architecture.
They're more up in the central northern part. They actually have some Bavarian style villages up there in northern Argentina.
I know some down there on that side. The Germans did have a lot of influence, and they used those ports during World War II.
Yeah.
Yes, but yes, after or during World War II, yes, but
yeah. In fact,
that,
they're all those generals and stuff from World War II. There, all those German generals are down there in Argentina now, running around, having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Elvis Presley is still alive.
Yeah, Elvis is. He just left the building. He left the building. You know, Elvis is from my town here, right? You know, Elvis is here.
Yeah.
In Memphis. Yeah.
I literally live probably 5 miles due south of Graceland.
Yeah. I used to work just right near Graceland. In fact, I would go to Glenn. There's a Piccadilly restaurant near Graceland here. I don't know if you.
I've eaten there. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go eat there all the time, man. You know, my wife, back when Elvis was getting big, there at Graceland, my wife she was a kid, and she had cousins come here, and they would go to see Elvis. They'd go knock on the front door, and his uncle would come to the door, and he'd talk to him. But one time, her relatives from North Carolina came here, and they climbed over the fence in the backyard. They went into Elvis's backyard, and a bunch of big old dogs started chasing them. But yeah, you could just drive right up to Elvis's front door, man.
But yeah, it's
Charlie, I think I worked you on 10 meters last week on FT8.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
I just looked at your call. It looked familiar.
But I don't work digital.
Oh, okay.
Well, but look, hey, you never know. Hey, with this,
go back and look at it because I did a whole lot.
Wait a minute. Artificial intelligence. It may have that FT8 may have been working, and Carlos didn't know it.
Yeah.
You know what? It might have been
the cats have got their own QSL cards.
Yeah.
All of them want FT8.
Anyhow, I bought this kit that I have to build for working for digital modes. So it's not that I'm against it. It's just
what do you have to build?
It's one of these. Remember that we were talking about that the kit came. It's a QRP Labs kit that it's a very small transceiver for digital modes.
Okay. Oh, that is the
QCX?
No, QDX.
Yeah, the QDX, that one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which you plug in and it appears like a
like
sound card. Yeah, like a sound card, and you work directly to that. And remember that I told you that I was prepared to build it.
Yeah.
And the transistors were missing. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
BS170. That finally I found them in Argentina, in Buenos Aires. But now I cannot find them. I brought them.
Well, hey, my China chips came in, man. Look, I got a bag of chips and GPSs, and I got all kinds of stuff now, man. They finally got here.
Yeah.
What I was looking for. Charlie, there's a real simple way to do it. That's get you one of those little USB sound dongles.
Yeah.
That plugs right into the side of a PC.
Yeah.
And that has a microphone and a headset in and out. Works fine.
Yeah, but you have to connect it to the radio.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
No, this is a radio.
Okay, that's the radio. That's everything. Yeah.
Like that big.
Yeah.
It's like that big.
So here's what Glenn's talking about: a little USB dongle.
Yeah.
No, yes, exactly. I have that. Yes.
Yeah.
But that you connect to the radio. But this is the whole radio, complete radio.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I got a couple of those too, but
I got a bunch of these different ones.
That will do it.
Mm-hmm.
I have another weird thing to test if it's radioactive. I just brought it.
Oh yeah. God.
What is that?
Yes, it's some sort of, I don't know. It looks like a high voltage rectifier, but it doesn't have any filament, so I don't think it's a rectifier. Maybe some sort of
some sort of vacuum diode or something. I mean,
what are those numbers on it?
A hyper powerful neon lamp.
Yeah.
It's a Philips 4390.
Google this, our friend.
All right. We're gonna look that up.
Yeah,
real quick.
look it up.
We're gonna look it up.
Wait a sec. Let me. One
that is a voltage limiter.
It's like a neon lamp or something.
4390.
Well, that's how the voltage limiters used to work back in the day.
So it's like a voltage regulator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trigger voltage is 700 to 850 volts. At that voltage, that gas inside will ionize just like neon and won't let the voltage.
So here we go right here. Let's see. I got you one right here, man. Look at this. I can get you one right here for, look at that.
$9.
The $9?
I thought I had a gold mine here.
I may get me one of those. They're only $9 each. I may get me one of those.
Actually, if you buy 3 or more, they're only $6.86.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, what's the breakdown voltage or however you?
700 to 850.
Sorry?
700 to 850.
Great for my linear amplifier.
Yeah.
No, but maybe you can put it for the protection, lightning protector for your antenna.
That would work.
Yeah, but look at this. This is the real stuff.
Let's see. Let me look. What do you got? What is it?
What is this? This is a TR switch from a radar.
Yeah.
From the 50s or 40s. And here's my Geiger counter.
Ah, very cool.
I'm not hearing much.
No, but look at the light.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I'd wear some gloves to handle that, man.
It's radioactive.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is real black magic because this is, I think it's a TR switch, and I don't know. Maybe Alan knows how it works.
What's in the glass? What's the glass part? Hold it up again. Let's look at it. So I'm looking at the glass part. Is that swivel?
What's the tube?
Does that turn?
What is the tube number?
Yeah, let me see. It's Jan for join the Army Navy.
Yeah.
1 Bravo 24. 1 Bravo 24.
1 Bravo 24. Let me look that up real quick. I might want one of those too. JAN 1 Bravo 24. All right, here we go. We get a brand new one in the box right here. Let me get Let's see. New in the box, Sylvania. 1B24 vacuum tube. Yeah. There it is right there, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's expensive. $24.95.
Expensive and radioactive. Nobody says, but
that
it is.
box,
Well, nobody says no. I've already found it's.
Yeah, well, hey, that box has been sitting out in the jungle for a couple weeks.
It is a transmit receive switch too for greater than 3 gigahertz.
Yeah, it's for yes. It's I think this goes in the waveguide in between, and when you apply, I don't know this. I don't know.
Well, let's build something. Hey, let's build something with it, and for the show, and you can demonstrate it. All right.
I don't know if I can build maybe I have it here. Let me see.
You might need some uranium or something to make it really work right, so.
I have one of these. Let me see if you can. I don't know if it's like.
Yeah. What is that?
A crystal.
Oh, a crystal. Yeah, I got a whole bag of those. I got a whole sack of
I can make an oscillator for 7 megahertz.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
740.
Well, you can order those.
Yeah, that's as high as I can go. Not 3 here.
Well, I have to tell you, Carlos, the first radio that I had was a Drake TR4B, and you had to buy the crystals for outside the regular ham bands there for Mars and all this other stuff. And it took me almost 6 years to fill it up.
Well, yes, I have. Oh, let me see. Sorry, I have to mute the video. Sorry,
I've actually found the PDF for that too.
Let's see what I got here in my storage room. Let me look here. Let's see.
It is a TR cell or an RF spark gap. Inside
Wow, look at all those crystals.
I gotta get back to
Look at
the
there,
video.
Carlos. Oh, gee. That's just one bag of them.
No. Yes, look at this.
Got the whole box
of Collins crystals.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Yes,
line.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I need that. I'm gonna order one.
I have all everything.
That's at least $500 if I remember correctly.
Woo.
Yeah.
It's a pretty penny.
They were, you got the Collins KWM2 Alpha. Yeah, they helped out.
Yeah, I have this. So yes, I have a lot of crystals from. Well, my dad have them. So yes, all the crystals for the Collins. There. Yeah. It's complete. I think it's complete. Let me know. 1, 2 missing. 3, 4. Of course, the 10-meter band are always missing.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. It is about 2 minutes before our shortwave segment ends. I just want to say thanks to everybody out there for listening to Amateur Radio Roundtable. Thank you. Join us again next week. 7490 kilohertz.
That's really radioactive. I don't like it anymore.
0200 UTC. All right, guys, I'm fixing to get out of here and go get something to eat.
I wish everybody a happy, healthy, and prosperous 2022. As I said in the chat, I'm going to stay up till midnight on New Year's Eve to make sure this year goes away.
All right.
I think I'm just going to sleep it off like a bad hangover.
And if it does, okay, and listen. And if it does not go away, we're going to be on bill for this.
Well, somebody brought it up in the chat room earlier. You know what next year is? It's 2022.
Yeah.
2022.
Nearly 2020 again. So.
Yes.
2022. Oh.
No, we don't need 2020. No.
The only thing I'm going to be worrying about for New Year's is making sure my house doesn't flood. with all this rain and storms coming in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all got some rain coming there, buddy.
Yeah, no, we just moved into a house that's got in a floodplain, so.
Oh, and wonderful.
Yeah.
Are you in Huntsville there, Jordan?
We're about 15 miles southeast of Huntsville in Owens Crossroads.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wait a
You're
minute,
south.
15
Okay.
miles southeast. You mean you're not up in the hills already?
No.
Because I used to live in Remlap, and I used to drive up 231 all the time to Huntsville.
All right, guys. Good night. Good night, everybody. I'm out of here. Good night. I'll leave the Zoom up if you guys want to talk.
Bye.
We'll see you.
next week, buddy.
See you next week.
Happy
See y'all
New
in
Year,
2022.
everyone.
All right.
We'll
Bye
see
bye.
y'all.